to be talking about why you should enroll your child into preschool. How many of you did not attend preschool? A couple. So it actually turns out that 60% of people who do not attend a preschool or some sort of early childhood education program are less likely to not attend college. So I decided to teach preschool after working with children for about 10 years. I worked with children from ages 2 to 13, and I found that preschool was developmentally the stage that I wanted to be in. 82% of the brain's development happens by the age of 3. So a lot of the character building and life skills come out during then. So today I will discuss the problems at-risk children face. I will be discussing how to find the right school for your child, and I will be discussing the benefits of preschool. Education makes all the difference and will create endless possibilities for a promising future, and I believe that it is important that we introduce our children to a school setting early in life to really enhance all the possibilities that they can have education. So first I will be discussing the problems at-risk children face. And according to Mongeyu 2016 of Atlantic.com, a child's fate is largely determined by the first years. Stress, a lot of stress on young children's mind can actually turn toxic and turn into brain damage, which it really makes it hard for the children to absorb information after so many years of shrinkage and damage in the brain. It makes it harder for them to trust adults and really just to work cooperatively in a group. And according to the Center of Public Education in 2007, this is a chart of gaps. The lighter color being a group who did attend preschool and the darker color being not. And as you can see, the lighter group is ahead, in some points even double. So by the age that they reach high school, they can either spiral downwards or upwards according to whether they participated in the program or not. So now that we know a little bit about the risks, let's learn about finding the right school. So according to Chinkowski 2016, the importance of being little, the power of play. So helping children develop a love for learning. So we can use play to advance their motor skills, we can use play to advance their memory, their confidence, their cognitive skills, and language. It can be promoted through games, laughter, art projects, and really exploring the materials around them. And according to Nisi 2010, teachers should actively engage with the children. You really want to find a teacher that is gonna be there for them on all different levels. You want them to engage with the children literally on their level. You want to avoid stuff like this, which kind of is demeaning to children when you put them at different levels, and something like a chart that would be used openly in class. It's not really it's more on like a base level, so the children will judge kids depending on their behavioral, which is not really private, and you want to kind of keep it more on that level instead of having children already develop these images of other children that are negative. And you really want to avoid worksheets like this because playing grocery store and dealing with money and stuff like that, which is actually play, is going to be a lot more beneficial than a worksheet that they're just going to be repetitive doing. So something like this you can stray away from and actually have the objects, so you can bring, physically apples and show them, have them touch it, count it. It's going to be a lot more beneficial than worksheets. So now that we know a little bit more about finding the right school, let's talk about the benefits. So according to Preschool Learning Foundations, 2008, these substrands, they help build self-esteem, they promote emotional understanding. There's a lot more into just the outside of play, because because building blocks helps build with mathematical skills. You can teach about health when you're outside playing. Language and literacy can be taught at any time. You want to really use words that will expand their vocabulary and not downgrade them. And according to Palmer of 2016, it really helps create well-rounded characters and contributors to society, because enrolling a child into preschool is going to bring them amongst a diverse group of people that they wouldn't necessarily be around, whether it be gender, age, race, or ethnicity. So you really want to have children accept and appreciate the differences in people, so when they're out there in the real world working with people, they're more open. So now that we know a little bit more about the benefits, I talked about problems at-risk children face. I talked about finding the right school for a child and the benefits. Education makes all the difference and will create endless possibilities for a promising future, and I believe it's important that we introduce children to a school setting early in life. And I recommend that you guys download this app. It's an inexpensive, accessible way that promotes parents to engage with their children and kind of teaches more teachable moments. So about social emotional development, self-help skills, cleaning up after themselves, feeding themselves, being aware of their physical well-being, and it'll really help them get ready for kindergarten and give them that step ahead to spiral onto the other achievements.